90% of the males at my college find it excruciatingly difficult to handle girls, whether that be approaching them, confessing their feelings to a girl, or just having a basic one-on-one conversation with a girl. And primarily, this stems down to self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs can be a very detrimental aspect in one's life because it prevents you from making progress. It stops you from taking action, and ultimately, it will make you live a very unhappy and unfulfilled life. So in today's video, boys and girls, I'm going to be telling you how to overcome your self-limiting beliefs so that you can live a much more fruitful and happier life. So without no further ado, let's delve right in. I see a very attractive girl in a shopping centre and I want to go and speak to this girl because naturally we're very sociable creatures, so it's just natural instinct to want to go and speak to someone, right? So this girl is very attractive and I take an interest in this girl. I see this girl in my peripheral vision. She's sipping on a Starbucks latte. Naturally, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go speak to this girl. Maybe we might become friends or something might become of it, but I'm just gonna go speak to this girl, spit some game, you know? And then, out of nowhere, abruptly, I get these negative thoughts in my mind. Okay, so this is my mind and this is a truck. And what these negative thoughts have done is, it's did that to my mind. So it just completely hit my mind. And now I'm in this negative thought cycle. These thoughts are circulating, ruminating my mind. And I find myself totally frozen with fear. I'm looking at this attractive girl and I'm totally frozen in fear and anxiety. I was so confident before, but now I'm completely a prisoner to my emotions and my mind. The thoughts that I'm getting are, what do you think you're doing? No, you cannot talk to this girl. No, you've got too much acne on your face. You've got stain on your shirt. Your hair isn't combed properly. You're too ugly. You're too fat. You haven't got any muscles. You haven't got a six-pack. You smell like garbage. She's way out of your league. Maybe she's already got a boyfriend. You're too short for her. She only likes guys that are over 6 foot. You're too ugly, too smelly, you're too dumb, you're too boring, maybe she won't like you. Those are the crazy beliefs that I'm getting in my mind. I was battling with these thoughts for at least 2 minutes now, back and forth, only to find out that this girl is now gone. This girl that I took an interest in, that I wanted to speak to, is now gone. So I just wasted 2 minutes of my time when I could have gone over there and spoke to that girl. Even if I just said something as, hey, how you doing, you know? I could have said at least something, but no. My mind held me captive as a prisoner and I could not escape it. So I know that's a very hard situation that you get into, right? You want to go speak to a girl that you find an interest in, but then you get all these thoughts running around in your mind. You're too ugly, you've got acne all over your face, you smell really bad, you've got BO, you're too short for her. You get those thoughts ruminating and circulating your mind. And you want to fix that, so I got you, man. I got you. But in order to solve the problem, we have to get to the root cause of it first. So we need to think about where this stemmed from. Maybe your brother or your sister said to you jokingly a lot in your childhood that, oh, you've got too much acne on your face, man. You're looking like a twister mat. Like, look at you, bro. Like, you're looking like a whole nother planet or something. Like, what's going on there? Oh my God, you're too ugly, bro. Like, your nose is so long like Pinocchio. No wonder why you can't get a girl. Long nose like garden hose. Oh, you're too short, man. You're like a little dwarf. Like, you know girls only like guys who are over 6 foot, right? You've heard that repetitively. Those stories and beliefs that other people have told you, you've believed it to be true. So now it's become your own story. And that's where we've identified the issue, because of what our brothers and sisters have jokingly said to us, because they repeated it so much that we believed it to be true. Those are very unhelpful, toxic beliefs that other people have instilled onto us. We need to rewire those beliefs and rewrite our story so that we can have a more positive self-image. One of the ways that you can do that is by telling yourself much more positive beliefs. You can't rely on someone else to validate your own self-worth, because it's your job and your job only. Once you start to tell yourself more positive things about yourself, you can then embody the characteristic traits of the type of person that you want to be. Right now, maybe you're currently a guy who isn't getting girls. You've got acne all over your face. Maybe, I'm just assuming. You don't have very good social skills. You don't have good self-confidence. Well, one of the ways to improve on that is by telling yourself more positive things. And it genuinely does help. If your sister and brothers were jokingly saying to you, oh, you're too ugly, girls only like guys who are over 6 foot, you tell yourself, no, I'm an attractive guy and I'm sure that I can get women. I'm sure that I can get women. I can get women. I can get women. I'm confident. I'm a confident guy who can get women. I'm a guy with self-confidence who can get women. I'm an attractive guy who can get women. I'm an attractive, confident guy who can get women. The more that you start to repeat those affirmations to yourself, you're going to start to believe that to be true. We are rewiring our beliefs so that we can think more positively about ourselves. It's time for you to make a breakthrough by changing your beliefs so that you can skyrocket your success and do uncomfortable things. And speaking of uncomfortable things, that brings me on to the next point. The only way that we grow in life is by doing uncomfortable things. And the first time that I ever did something uncomfortable was having a cold shower. Having a cold shower is so uncomfortable. If you think about it, it's one of the most uncomfortable things that you can actually inflict onto yourself. So every morning I get in that cold shower and there's cold water all over me. It's like, oh no! It's so uncomfortable. But the more that you do that, the more that you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, the more likely you are to eliminate these self-limiting beliefs. Because even though that you don't want to do this thing, you don't want to speak to girls because you're anxious, you don't want to go in a cold shower because it's so uncomfortable. The more that we put ourselves in uncomfortable situations that we do not want to do instinctively, our mind doesn't want us to do it, but we just go into it. You will build that evidence over time. So when a similar situation does occur, you can now have full confidence that you've dealt with something uncomfortable in the past. You'll be able to speak to girls because you've done it. You pushed yourself to do it. And when your mind tells you to not do something, you need to do it anyways. Okay, so let's flip that around now to me actually asking the girl out. From the previous analogy that I gave you, I actually developed the confidence. I don't listen to my self-limiting beliefs. At first, I am getting self-limiting beliefs flooding my head with all of these negative, unhelpful, toxic thoughts. If I just didn't listen to the thought and I went and spoke to her anyways, I'm challenging that belief in my mind, because originally I believed that I was a guy who was unattractive, who wasn't good with girls, that thought that every girl that I saw was way out of my league. When you challenge those beliefs and you actually do the action, you participate in the uncomfortable action that is giving you so much anxiety and fear, you'll find out that every time an uncomfortable situation does arise, you'll have absolutely no problem in facing that. You just need to tell yourself more positive things. You need to rewire and rewrite your story. So other people have told you a version of their story of you, but you need to tell your own story of yourself. Every time that you get a thought that, oh no, I don't want to text my friend is probably busy, they don't like me anymore, they're not interested in me anymore, so I shouldn't text them. Every time that you get a negative, doubtful, self-limiting belief or thought like that, you completely knock it right out the ballpark and you just do the thing anyway, and you tell the thought, no, I'm going to text my friend because I have a lot of value to instill in this conversation. I have a lot to talk about. My friend likes me. I'm important, so every word that I say counts. We're going to have a laugh. Maybe he's not busy. Maybe he's down for a little chat. So when you get those self-limiting beliefs orbit your brain, floating around, you kind of have to like poke them, right? With like a needle. So poking, right? They're little bubbles, right? And you have to keep poking and poking and poking until you get all of them. The way that you pop those bubbles is by saying the complete opposite of what your brain is telling you. So if my brain said to me, you shouldn't text your friend because you're boring, I say, no, I'm a very interesting person and I have a lot of value to put in this conversation. Me and my friend are going to have fun talking. So that bubble is popped. Another bubble that I got here. Your friend is probably busy. Why would they want to talk to you for? And then I say to my brain, my friend would want to talk to me because he has fun talking to me. We get along so well. We get along like a house on fire. So he loves speaking to me because every time that we speak, we just have fun. We vibe with each other. Pop! That's another bubble popped. So every time that you notice yourself thinking negatively, you just have to flip that around and give yourself a much more better dialogue. And also, you need to reinforce the positives so that the negatives will die down. So that's all I have for you today, boys and girls. I might do a part 2 of this actually. So let me know if you're interested in that and I will make a part 2. But anyways, guys, without no further ado, I'm going to conclude with this. When you fall down, pick yourself back up again like the warrior that you are and you keep fighting the fight. Keep fighting the fight, guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace out.